This is an extract from one of my Impossible Tales, and the story is called Blown Away, and it's about a little boy with a very big problem. Heading to class for the final session of the day, we settled down and waited for Miss Lavant to begin the art lesson. Her thunderous expression signalled only one thing. This was going to be a tough end to the day. Slamming down a pile of books, she barked out her instructions to a hushed class who knew better than to do anything more than breathe if they valued their lives and their well-being. It was at that moment that my day took a significant turn for the worse. Between you and me, I've got a bit of a problem, and as silence reigned and the class worked, my personal issue decided to rear its ugly head once again. It all began with horrendous gurgling noises in my stomach, which growled and groaned like an angry bear. This was followed by some mild discomfort in my lower belly, which soon developed into sharp, stabbing pains and signalled to me that I needed to take immediate action. Trying not to draw attention to my desperate plight, I rubbed my stomach in a vain attempt to ease the agony. It was no use though. Beads of sweat began to form on my forehead and panic and fear set in, which made the situation even worse. Squirming in my seat and desperate to attract Miss Lavant's attention, I raised my hand and silently pleaded that she would instantly spot me. She noticed me immediately. But her cruel streak meant that I would have to wait, as she started to shuffle paper on her desk to let me know that she would deal with me when she was good and ready. After what seemed like minutes, but must have been merely seconds, she made eye contact. "Please could I nip to the toilet?" I anxiously requested as I began to lift myself from my chair in anticipation of a positive answer. Before she could reply one way or another, the silence of the classroom was shattered. My wicked bout of wind, which had been building in my belly, was finally unleashed for all to witness. The high-speed explosion escaped like an express train leaving a tunnel. It vibrated on the plastic chair as it made its break for freedom and violently blew a pile of papers from the desk which was directly behind me, sending them high into the air. Face as red as a postbox, I half stood and half sat, feeling like a rabbit caught in headlights. Considering my next step, I glanced around the classroom as the papers fluttered down to the floor like seagulls falling from the sky. Some children were biting their lips as they desperately tried not to burst into fits of laughter, while others sat open-mouthed in shock at my backside's bad behaviour. Even Miss Lavant's sour face had softened somewhat, and she flashed a hint of a grin as she tried to regain her professional composure.